Dear friends, welcome to Indian Meditation Center. You have come here to Osho's Vijnana Pairava meditation number 94. Feel your substance. What do you mean by substance? What you are? The physical body, the matter, the physical, subtle physical part, the mind. So feel your body and feel your mind. So feel your substance. Substance is the body and the mind, the matter in the mind. So feel your substance, bones, inside the bones, the flesh, the blood, all saturated. Saturated means what? You are dipping fully in the water. So it is like porous, receiving. So saturated means what? You become so vulnerable to get and receive. So your body is entirely saturated with the cosmic essence. Cosmic means what? The universal or the cosmos, the entire world. The energy is fully inside you. So here this philosophy says there are three ranges. One is what? This is sadness. The second one is happiness. Happiness. And the third part is, it is the cosmic divine. So sadness, happiness, cosmic divine. So these are the three parts. Here Lord Shiva says to Parvati, my dear, feel your substance, feel your bones, feel your flesh, feel your blood saturated with cosmic essence. So this sutra Shiva says three things are there. One is, the quality of the feeling, the mind, the feelings of the mind. Usually you are getting very accustomed with one particular feel. What? It is sadness. This sadness is somewhere, it is nearby to you. So he says to Parvati, feel the sadness. Imagine that your entire body, bones, flesh, blood, everything is with sadness. For 1 week, you just think that you are the receiver of sadness. It should be an imagination. For morning to night, you should feel, you should imagine that you are in sadness. Morning you get up, you feel sad. You have to imagine and you have to act. Then the afternoon. So 1 week, as you keep on imagining that yourself in a sad mood, then what happens? The imagination becomes reality. So you will be shocked and surprised to feel that the sadness is created by you. This sadness with the imagination is created by you. So you are the creator of the sadness. This is what you come to the conclusion, but it is a very difficult conclusion to accept. So 1 week you keep on imagining yourself that you are in the feeling of sadness. At the end of the week, you feel what? That sadness has been created by you. And once you know that sadness is the creation of you, then you can go straight away to the opposite. What is that? Happiness. So morning to night you feel yourself that you are happy. So when you feel yourself happy for 1 week, then what happens? You feel, after 1 week time, you come to a conclusion that happiness is created by you. So 1 week of sadness and 1 week of happiness. Then after that you are coming to the third layer. The first layer is sadness, second layer is happiness, the third layer is the true sense, true source, the cosmic. You become one with the universe, you become one with the cosmos. That is your source, that is your origin, that is the place where you are from. So for 1 week you saturate yourself, the entire body, entire mind, everything in you, as if saturated with the divine power. One is with sadness you are imagining, the second 1 week, then next 1 week you are imagining with happiness, and third you are imagining that entire divinity has come inside you. You are imagining. So sadness 1 week, happiness 1 week, Then third week you are fully saturated with the divine power, the cosmic energy is entering you. Then you see what would be the reaction. So, this is what Buddha says, and this is what Shiva says. So, here first, when you imagine yourself to be sad, what happens? For morning to night you have to feel only sad. Then what happens? Whomever you meet, whomever you talk, then you will get a feeling that they are helping you to be more sad. The people you are coming, whomever you look, and you look in a negative way, and whoever are there, they are ready to supply with negativity. So, you feel more and more sad and sad and sad. So, 1 week as completely when you are saturated with sadness, then you become a point of sadness. Then you understand you are the creator of the sadness and it is not your destiny. You won't blame on fate, you won't blame on God, you won't blame on your father, you won't blame on your mother, you won't blame on your friends, and you won't blame on your spouses. So, you are the creator of the sadness. Once you understand that you are the creator of that sadness, then you come to a point that these emotions are created by you. Then second, you go in for happiness. Create the happiness feeling, happiness feeling, happiness feeling. As you create this happiness feeling, what happens? You find everything in a happy mood. The traffic noise would be like a music, and you find the flowers are flowering everywhere, and you find what you find. So, everything are receptive, everybody are receiving you, everybody are a storage of happiness, trying to give you that particular feeling called happiness, happiness, happiness. So, once you are able to find that happiness feeling, see, there are people, whatever you do, they always feel sad. See, for example, in the time of creation, creating the feeling called sadness, what happens? There is a statement. It is said like even if life is full of bed of roses means what? You have everything. You are the chief minister, you are the prime minister, you have a car, you have a bungalow, you have a lot of jewelries. Whatever it is given, that person won't be happy. Even if you give them the kingdom or whatever it is, they won't feel happy. Even if the bed of roses is there, they will feel sad and they will be happy or alive only when they are allergic of roses. So, whatever you give, only if they find the sadness, they will be alive. So, the sadness, and there are people who always say, I am sad. Why are you sad? If you ask them, they say, I am lonely. And there are people who say, I am sad, I want to go to a separate lonely place because I am so crowded here. I want to feel happy, so I am sad. There are people who say, I am married, so I am sad. There are people who say, I am unmarried, so I am sad. So, people say, I don't have work, I am sad. Some people will come and say, I have lot of work, so I am sad. So, this sadness, there are various reasons to justify the sadness, and this is what in Upanishad they say, it is the ignorance, because you are the creator, and if you just tell them, they won't be able to understand. This is called ignorance. This is what in Upanishad they say, ignorance. See, in this Eddington, a professor, he says the world is something like a spider web. The world is something like a spider web. Each one reaction, there will be some changes, tension in the world cosmetic, in this cosmos. For example, if you just touch a rose, there is some changes. If you just call at anybody, or if you hit anybody, one person is being killed, there will be some vibrations. So, this entire cosmos completely, it is something like all interconnected, all interconnected. So, one small movement on one thing, some other changes happens. So, when you understand that you are a whole and not a part, you are a whole and you belong to a total the complete universe, and even small changes happens in you, the vibration happens over there. A star, a sun, a moon, a sky, you have an effect and they have an effect on you because of you. So, all are interconnected. Once you understand this interconnection, then you will understand that you belong to a very big family and not a single family, not an individual part. This is what Buddha says, everything is mind, mind is everything. Sadness, mind; happiness, mind; disappointment, mind; fear, mind; the world is mind; knowledge is mind. Then what else? The called nirvana, it is mind. All the kingdom of God, it is mind. The God is mind. So everything is mind. So everything is mind, but not you. When you understand this, then all the emotions which have been created, all the feelings which have been created, it all belongs to not on you, it belongs to the mind. So here, as you understand, when you create the sadness feelings and when you create the happiness feelings, then third, you are going to the third most innermost, that is called what? The innermost core, that is your origin, that is your main point where you are coming. This is what people trying to find answers from lives and lives and lives. So unless you get the answer, you won't reach that understanding. The third point, one is you imagine yourself that you are saturated with sadness, and second point is you are imagining that you are saturated with happiness, and third, you are imagining the entire body, entire mind, all the bones and flesh are saturated with the divine power. So now you have to imagine that the entire body is receptive, the entire body is like crores of pores expecting something to come in, the divine power to come in. So you become completely a divine power. So Hindus are most the penetrating races in the world. So early morning when they get up, what do they say? It's all God's grace, and they wake up, and when they go to bed they say, oh God, and they pray and sleep. So in between also the divinity is there. You have to feel that 24 hours the divine power is there. When you eat, you say, it is not for me I am eating, it is for the divine who is staying inside me, I am giving the food to my divine. If you are sleeping, you are telling, it is not me sleeping, it is the divine person sleeping. He has worked very well from morning to night, he needs to have rest, so he is taking rest. So when you are eating breakfast, you say, it is not me eating the breakfast, it is the divine power inside me, it is eating the food. So morning to night, whatever good or bad, nice or bad, happiness or sadness, everything depends upon divinity. Once you are saturated with the divinity, but the problem here is we are not vulnerable, we are not open, we are not receivable. We like to live in a small pot, we try to make a wall and we don't allow whatever things to come inside. We like to live in a separate world, but be vulnerable, be open and be receptive and think the entire thing is because of divinity. It is an imagination, mind you, and as you imagine what happens, your imagination will become a reality, and the reality is you think a divine is there, and that is the truth also. You are connected with cosmos through this divine power. So the nature is waiting, the universe is waiting, the cosmos is waiting for you to understand. Come to the center part where you get connected with the divine. That's what thousands of years or hundreds of years the divinity is waiting for you to capture it. Once you understand, that is called moksha. So that is called moksha. So here when you take head as such, what is this head? Almost 7,000 cells are there in the head. You cannot understand each and everything, all the complexities of the cells. Once if you try to understand, you become so you won't be able to find out. So, this head is very important, and through head you go in for imagination, right. So, earlier sadhus or Hindu saints used to say the entire the universe is there inside the head, and it is true also to a fact, because of all these 7,000 cells which is inside you, it is able to all the miniature of the sun, star, moon, sky, all the cosmos is there, and heavy flow of blood is going on, circulation. And if you try to understand this, you won't be able to understand. So, through imagination you are going. There are people, they want to make their head very active. What is that asana they do? One asana is called Sirshasana, isn't it? Putting your head down and putting your leg up, upside down you are standing. Why? You want the blood to come in your head. But the more the head comes, what happens? You won't be able to sleep. Or the less the blood circulates in your head, what happens? Then you won't remember. Certain tissues will be destroyed. That's the reason you are putting a pillow and sleeping. So, as you put a pillow and sleep, what happens? The blood circulation to your head will be lower. As the blood circulation is lower, then you will be able to sleep, very good sleep without any dreams. So, the circulation of the blood in the head, that is the most important part in the mind. So, the mind plays an important role here. So, when you say the mind is everything, all the problems and whatever you face today, it is all the creation of the mind, and it is not the creation of you. And second thing is the creation of happiness. It is also because of mind. And the third is you are coming to the source. So, when you imagine that you are in the source, when you think yourself the divine is inside you, then after that the world looks something different. There you have come to the understanding of your purpose of life. In this planet, what is the purpose of life? To understand the truth. And this truth, when you understand that you are the divine and all the actions are going through the divine, then you understand the truth of the life. See, body exercise, for physical exercise you need a person, right. So, body is something like a mechanism. Is there any mechanism which man has created for 80 years or something which never gets destroyed? Is there anything like that? You don't find much any mechanism. So, it's a beautiful mechanism made by nature, that is your body. When you want to do certain changes in your body, you need a master. Of course, definitely you need a master. He will be a catalyst for change of your body shape, certain asanas or yoga, meditation or gym. But for imagination, there is no need of anybody. There is nothing, you no need of have any master. But if a master is there, you will feel confident. Then it is okay. He is not doing much, but you have a confidence that he is there. So, here this Shiva Sutra saying, feel your substance in bones, in your flesh, in your blood, completely saturated with the cosmic essence. Then you understand you are the divine. Then you understand whatever you do, it is the divine power doing in you. It is not you doing, that is the divine power. What is this divine power? The divine power is the consciousness. This consciousness you get, it is not only in you, it is all around the world, and you are connected with the consciousness. Hope you are able to get this. Yes, 1 minute, just close your eyes and imagine yourself. First feel you are so sad, but in your later you have to imagine yourself for 1 week you are completely saturated with sadness. Then after that, immediately you are saturated with happiness. 1 week you are feeling that you are feeling happy, imagining whatever it is, you are just feeling happy. So, now you understand that is the happiness and sadness is created by you and not by anybody. It is you are the master, and you are the person who is the reason for making yourself sad, and you are the person who was the creator of making yourself happy. So, these feelings, two feelings, happiness and sadness, is because of you, and through imagination you can understand. It is not your father, mother, it is not your teacher or friend, it is all your creation. And the third point, the most important point, you are coming to the source. The source is the central, that is the divine. You feel yourself, some divine power has entered you, the cosmos power has entered you. For 1 week you are imagining that you are completely saturated, entire body and the mind, everything is saturated with the cosmos energy. Then whatever you do, morning to night, whatever you do, it is the cosmos doing, it is the divine doing. It is for the divine you are eating the food, it is for the divine power you are reading, it is for the divine you are sleeping. Some people are very scared about sleep, because once they sleep, what happens? If they are very joyful, they want to carry the joy and the happy things in their mind, so they don't want to sleep. If they sleep, it will go away, so they keep and they lose the sleep. Same thing, if they feel anything sad, they always want to hold that memories, so they won't go for sleep. But when you think it is divine that is going to sleep, they are afraid of dark, afraid of death. Sleep is like death. That is the reason most of them are not able to sleep. So they think sleep is death, it is dark. Think that dark as, that bears as the divine, that death as divine, then you will be able to sleep properly. Put the confidence in the divine power, then you close your eyes, then you will have a strong and undisturbed and dreamless sleep, a sound sleep. So most of them are suffering for what? Sleeplessness. So think that the divine power is going to sleep, then you will have a sound sleep. Within 1 minute you can sleep, within 10 seconds you can sleep. There are people for 3 hours, 4 hours, they are unable to sleep. Why they are unable to sleep? They are carrying the thought. What thought? They don't want to lose that, either good thought or bad thought, whether they are happy or sad. But when you go in for the divinity inside you, when you think yourself the divine is going to sleep, then what happened? You sleep well. You are putting the confidence on the divine. So this is the third. So the third is the source. When you understand, when you through the imagination you put everything is in divine, the cause is divine, the good is divine, the bad is divine, everything is for the divine, then you are getting to connected to cosmos, then you are connected, then you understand you are the whole and you are not the part. Are you able to get it? Yes.